G'day mates, welcome back to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be interviewing and introducing you to Muzz, who is in my opinion the most underrated player in the world, and I thought he'd be perfect because he was happy to jump on an interview and he's more relatable to a lot of the average players that I see trying to grow and trying to become pros. He still goes to school, his parents weren't supportive of him gaming at all, he was popping off in solos, he came third in OCE FNCS, and it was only when he won that $7,000 was he even able to upgrade his PC so he could go above 100 frames. Since then, he has now been improving in trios to also pop off in the team game mode, and I just genuinely think he'd be one of the best pros for you guys to hear from on how you can overcome some of that stuff and how you can improve as players. He's also mouse and keyboard, and all my interviews have been controller players, so I thought you guys might like that as well. I want to start off the video by just showing you some of the clips and telling you the story of Muzz before I interview him at the very end. Remember to check out Muzz's socials. All the links will be in the description down below. His YouTube is insane. He makes phenomenal videos like all of these ones. He streams the tournaments, and just check out his Twitter for good measure because he is honestly one of my favorite pros in the scene, and I really want to see him get the recognition he deserves. Thank you. Just quickly before we jump into the video, you guys already know FNCS again is starting tonight on OCE. I'm going to be live watching it on my stream at 5 p.m. Sydney time, which is 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. I know that's a little bit late, but don't worry, I'll be watching NA Eastern tomorrow as well. So twitch.tv/Aussie Antics, swing by. I'd love to say good day. The first clip I saw that really got my attention to Muzz to realize that he was just a next level mechanical player was this clip that he hit on a guy in a tournament. This got so many likes on Twitter, 7.2 thousand in the end, because it's not just an edit course on a clipboard. He just edit course someone literally endgame in a tournament. That's with endgame lag, low frames, and on a player that's clearly not trying to die. And that's when I was like, okay, Muzz is something special. Muzz is something different. I need to start figuring out what this guy has done to get this level of mechanics. If you don't know much about Muzz, and I wouldn't blame you, you won't know the fact that, like I said, Muzz is going to school and he has parents that aren't supportive of his gaming. He's had issues with it in the past, but it was only in FNCS when he came third and he won that $7,000 was he able to actually upgrade his PC, because before that, all of his placements when he was getting top 5 regularly in solo cash cups, he was crashing down to 40 frames, could hardly hold 100, and needed to prove to his parents that he could actually make some of this. And going into the final game of solo FNCS, he was in first place, and then a bunch of kids unfortunately said they were going to start stream sniping him in Discord in his last game. He decided to change his drop spot because he was too scared of this, ended up dying, and this is his reaction. It was absolutely gut-wrenching. I watched this live on stream, and even though it was such a good night of games, I felt so bad.
I just had 3 people fight me, bro.
Did you die?
Yes.
I died as well, bro. I just got pushed by this guy and I got pushed by another.
I'm so f***ing done. First guy field fights me and then I bat away and I get oh my god.
And I know what some of you might be thinking, why is he crying? Why is he so upset? He still came third and won $7,000. Well, first was $15,000, and he was well and truly in the position to win it. It ended up being won by X2 Twins Jordan, who I was super happy for. He became the 2x2x twin. It was super exciting, but I couldn't help but feel terrible for Muzz. It wasn't even just the money. Muzz had been grinding this game so hard with his parents not believing in him, and 15,000 compared to 7,000 would have been massive. But either way, we know Muzz is still around now. His parents kind of came around. He's still trying to win them over, but with that $7,000 was able to buy the PC that has really kind of put him in the position he is now. He's gone on to sign with Power, which is Lachlan's org, which you don't know is one of the biggest orgs in OCE. He started grinding out a bunch of content, and now things are going fantastic for Muzz. But I wanted to include that because I think it's motivating for you guys out there who maybe don't have supportive parents to try and push through and make something of it like Muzz did. All right, so now you've seen why Muzz is so fantastic, why I wanted to get him on for an interview, and now let's do it. I'm gonna ask him the questions that I see you guys always asking me in the comments on stream that you want asked to a pro player like Muzz. First question, mate. First question everyone is gonna wanna know instantly, as always, is gonna be, what is your actual training routine? Like, what does a day look like? Like, so how often do you play? What do you play?
All right, well, I still go to school. and I get home around 4 p.m.
Okay.
From there, I basically just hop on my PC, bit of aim training, Kovacs, play some Osu. Been playing that for a few months.
Okay.
After I've done all my aim training stuff, I hop onto Fortnite and free build and box fight my teammates.
Okay.
That's basically my routine.
Okay. How long would you aim train for? So like, what does that look like time wise? How long is aim training? How long is free building? And how long is like box fight? I know it's not the same every day, but roughly.
Yeah. Alright. Kovacsing would be probably half an hour. Same with Osu, another half an hour.
Yep.
And then free build, maybe 10 minutes just to get my fingers warmed up.
Yep.
And then for...
And then you just box fight?
Yeah, box fights. I do that for like half an hour or...
Okay.
Yeah.
And then usually scrim right after that. Then that normally pretty much takes you up until scrims, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
And after scrims, I just play a bit more creative and then hop off.
Jeez. Okay. And now, does that look any different to when you first started blowing up? Because obviously we were just talking then before we started recording. You hard started popping off in solos. Did you focus on anything more in the past or less? Like, did you used to do more free building, less Kovacs, or has that always been like pretty consistently what you've worked on?
Before I started popping off, I didn't aim train at all. All I did was just focus on my mechanics. So I had this one mate that I deathmatched for I think 3 months because he was better than me.
Okay.
And I started watching Jerian's vids, his box fight tips.
Nice.
Put that into my playstyle, and then I started beating my friend, and that's when I knew I had potential.
Okay, sweet. Okay, so do you think aim training is one of the more important things you weren't doing earlier on, or you just didn't really need it earlier on and now it just gives that extra edge?
Yeah, you definitely do need to aim train because, to be honest, aim is everything in this game.
Okay.
Because if you verse someone with clicks mix, and then worthy aim's probably gonna win.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And that's interesting coming from you because that's like your mechs are super flashy and fast though, but that's like you're prioritizing more and more now. Okay, so because that's normally the next question I ask a lot of pros, like what do they prioritize? So you genuinely think if someone could work on one thing to improve, it would be aim?
Yeah. 100%.
Okay, damn, all right. And now we were talking before as well about you popping off in solos and stuff, but now coming into team game modes, have you like shifted anything you've been working on differently because you're in team game modes, or you're still kind of just going into it with same solo practice and just kind of finding 2 good players to play with?
So for trios, I'm with Speedy, and I've been with him for more than a year now.
Yeah, and he's big brain too, so that helps.
Yeah, ever since he's basically put me on a leash because I come from the solo play style, so I kind of go off the leash a bit in trios.
Okay.
So he keeps me on that, and then we all stick together and win the game.
Okay, now, so same as well. So obviously, when you talk about Speedy being super smart, everyone knows Speedy's more of like an IGL role. Do you think that has been important? Like, have you had to improve? Like, do you VOD review your own games, or do you literally leave that up to Speedy? Like, he'll tell us where to go, he'll tell us where to get Surge, and you just focus on mechs? Or have you started like VOD reviewing together? Do you VOD review your own games, or how does that play out?
I used to leave everything up to Speedy, and then he'd just write down some notes for me. Like any bad habits I'm doing, like maybe not sticking with the team during endgame or playing solo. But now I VOD review with them after scrims. I'm only just starting to do that because FNCS Grand Finals are coming up soon.
Yeah.
So,
do you find that helpful? Do you find the VOD reviewings helps you out a fair bit, or?
Yeah, because if you actually watch your gameplay when you're not like playing, if you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, for sure. Like when you're not in the mindset. Yeah, like you chill. You know, you've got time to process it. Yeah.
You can notice so many things you do wrong.
Okay.
Even Speedy pointed that out because since he messed up his elbow, I've been playing scrims without him.
Yeah.
And I screen share, and he literally said that he like can see everything wrong that we're doing.
And then, and now, so with same thing, so talking on mechs, because that's what kids are going to freak out about and they're going to want to know as well. So the main one, everyone always goes sensitivity. You're actually reasonably high sense, aren't you?
I was 800 DPI at 8.2, which is like a medium high.
Okay, yeah.
I've switched that down to 7% now. Because,
so you're going lower?
Yeah, that's the sense I used to play on.
Okay.
During my peak solo performance.
Okay.
And my aim was pretty good on it, so I'm going back to it and testing it out, basically.
Well, I guess that makes the most sense, right? Because like you said, aim's the most important thing in your opinion. So the lower sense, you're going to have a bit more control of your aim. All right, fair. I mean, cool. All right, sweet. Now, last question I'm going to ask as well. Now, you've you've been still going to school this entire time, right? So you've literally had normal schooling the entire time. How have you balanced the two?
To be fair, so we get like homework. Not too much. That was last year. We didn't get too much.
Yeah.
And basically, I only do a tiny bit of my homework.
Okay.
But
Mostly been focusing on the game. Fair.
Yeah.
All right, awesome.
Then once it comes close to like assessments or exams,
Yeah.
I study for those. So,
Okay. Fair enough. The last question I'm going to ask as well, because obviously you mentioned massively there about you found someone that was better than you and you pretty much fought them constantly. Do you think that is a key for a lot of people, finding other players that are good or better than them and then trying to improve based on them? Because pretty much you've attributed a lot of your success now to other people. You box fought a friend for ages until you got better than him, and now you've gained a whole bunch of your game sense from playing with Speedy and stuff. Do you think that's pretty important for people to try and find other people to play with?
Yeah, I reckon it's actually really good because, you know, Josh, your mod?
Yeah.
I first started 1v1ing him about a week ago, and I 20-0'd him, and now it's like 20-20 because he's learning off what I do.
Damn.
So,
okay. That's kind of sick. All right, well, that's kind of one of the big ones then. I find someone better than you and just go through the embarrassment of getting shit on until you can actually beat him. No, I think we're vibing then. Thanks, bro. Appreciate it, man. All right, guys, that does it for another video again. Please check out Muzz's socials. The links are in the description down below. He deserves all your support. He's making phenomenal YouTube videos. He streams a bunch of the tournaments, and just check out his Twitter for good measure as well. I hope you enjoyed this kind of video. If you did, please chuck a like on it. Let me know in the comment section down below. And if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. It would mean the world to me. Thank you for all your support, and I'll see you in the next one.